Did it go? Hi. This is Will and I are out here at Fane Park today, Fane Lake. I like to call it Fane Pond because we went to Michigan a few years ago and we saw real lakes, and Prescott Valley does not have any lakes like that around here. So I tease and say Fane Pond. But so we're just out here today. We just want to kind of share with you some thoughts and some insight that God is putting and laying on our heart to just kind of give you a little devotion for the week. And yeah, and I thought I would start with something a little fun fact. So 20 years ago, gosh, it was probably longer than that, right? 22 years ago, 23 years ago. This is the place where Will proposed to me. And we saw three shooting stars that night, and we thought those three shooting stars were probably for the three kids that God has given us now. So, just a little fun fact we thought we'd share with you. So, we've come out here today because we wanted to share um, about rest. And I know this is kind of a crazy, chaotic time right now, and we just had news of yesterday that there's going to be the lockdown, stay-at-home order today in effect at 5 p.m. So we just wanted to come and share this with you and just kind of maybe just ease your mind a little bit, ease your fears a little bit, and yeah, I think I say a lot. Sorry, again, I don't do this. He does. So I'm just going to start by sharing some scripture with you. Um, I know you guys have heard this so many times, but sometimes I think that we need to hear it so many times and look at it maybe in a different light, because we need to put these things on our heart. They need to be inscripted in our heart so we don't forget them. And I think this is just a perfect verse for right now. So I'm going to read from Matthew 11, starting at verse 28. And just make sure I'm in the right spot here, from the ESV. So it says, "Come to me, all who are labor and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And we've heard that verse so many times, those verses so many times, right? So, but today, I just wanted to kind of share with you a little bit. You know, Will and I went on sabbatical. It's been a little over a month now, right? A couple months. And Will took a 3 month sabbatical. I took a little bit longer, probably because I had a few more issues than this guy over here. So, anyways, but in that time, God gave us this word rest. And we really thought in the time of our sabbatical, He was going to give us rest. And I don't know about for you guys, but I'm always telling people, you got to make sure that you ask the next question. When God gives you a word, when He gives you a promise, when He gives you a verse, when He gives anything like that in your life. And so we didn't, though. I'm always encouraging people to do that. And I myself didn't even take my own advice. I didn't ask for the next question. I didn't ask God, what is this rest that you want us to do? What is, when is it going to come? How is it going to look? And I didn't ask Him anything. I was just excited. I'm like, we're going to take the sabbatical and we're going to get rest. Well, some of you know the story. We did not get rest. I mean, we were hit hard. We were thrown down on our butts hard, and it wasn't an easy time for us at all. God was He was shaking us up quite a bit. Because He wanted us to see something that we couldn't see when we were not on sabbatical, because we were so distracted by life and the busyness and the going and the chaos and all that. And what God did, it was so hard. It was so hard when we went through it, and it was not easy, and it was sometimes miserable in our house. But towards the end of the sabbatical, God was really showing us that He had to take us to that place, that He had to knock us down. He had to tell us, you got to quit doing this on your own, and you got to quit striving, and you got to quit finding your own rest, really. And so that's exactly what He did. He knocked us down, and He knocked us down hard. And He said, I'm going to shake this up. I'm going to shake your life up right now, and I'm going to just turn it upside down, and I'm going to make you do a completely 180. And that's exactly what He did in our life. And I believe that he did that on purpose, because I know that Will probably has shared this with you a few times Sunday mornings, but it seems like ever since God has called Will as a pastor, he asked us to walk through a lot of these things that he wants Will to preach on. He wants us to walk through it before he preaches it to you, because if not, then it would just be words. But we felt this, we knew this. Life was hectic and chaotic, and it was so uncertain for us. And it was crazy, really. And we didn't know if we were going to come back to the ridge. We didn't know if he wanted us to move. We didn't know if he wanted us to take different jobs. Like, we just didn't know. But we knew that we had to sit in this, and we had to listen to him, and we had to be obedient. And so I feel like that's kind of the message that we want to share with you today. I know that life right now is kind of crazy and chaotic, and we're stuck in our homes, and we don't know what's going to happen, right, in the future. We don't know when they're going to lift this lockdown. We don't know if we're going to get sick. We don't know if the people around us are going to get sick. But I can tell you right now what God is walking us through, which is so funny, because this is all so chaotic and so crazy. We're actually walking through rest right now. And he's given us so much peace in our life. And we almost, like we were teasing the other day, it's almost like this second sabbatical for us. And like we're actually getting the rest that he promised. And we just didn't ask when. So anyways, this is what we wanted to share with you today. We wanted to come out here in the beautiful open outdoors to Fane Lake, and we have the water running here in the background, and it's such a beautiful place. And Will and I have come out here often, separately and together. And this is a place where we like to come and just find rest and just sit silently with God and allow him to speak to us. And so we wanted to come again, share our life with you guys, just a little piece of our life, and just sit out here with you. So I think is that about it? Is that good? All right. Well, I'm going to hand this over to Will, and he's going to give you a little bit more here. And it was good seeing you. I hope that you guys are all doing well, and you're staying safe, and you're staying healthy, and hopefully we get to see each other all soon. We really miss you guys. We miss seeing your face, and I know you get to see Will's face a little bit more at the video, but it's still not the same. We miss the hugs and the handshakes and the smiles and the laughter and the crying and all that. So we just love you guys. And
Thanks, Brandi. Well, hi, Jordan. This is our video camera specialist right here, Jordan. But yeah, as Brandi was saying, why bring you here to this stream? Well, there's something about water. It's life-giving. It has a way of putting a soul at rest, and that's kind of what Jesus was saying in this scripture that Brandi read. Was this idea that we come to him, not in the absence of work, not in the absence of stress or strife or troubled times, but we come to him even in those times, and he'll give us rest. So even like another section where David was writing and talking about even in the midst of war that God would take him beside still waters and give him rest. And so I think that's something we learned really on our sabbatical was there was the absence of that work, but he taught us about rest in that period of time. So when we went back to work, we were able to rest in the midst of having to do things. Because now there's work to do, even for us to make this video, emails, phone calls. There's work for us to do. Our kids are doing school. Yet somehow, even though there's more work to do, we have more peace. And so, like Brandi said, that next question for us was not, oh, really rest, God? But when do we get rest? What's this rest going to look like? So now he's answering that question. Now we're learning in the midst of work, in the midst of uncertainty, if you will, in the midst of maybe a little bit of worry, a little bit of concern, that God can lead us to a place of peace, to still waters or running waters, which honestly is better for my soul than even still waters. And he can teach us about rest. So it's a thought that we had, not only based on our own experience that we've walked through, but maybe your experience now, because you're being forced not to go to work or not do some of the things for recreation you used to do, staying home more. And maybe this won't be a time of rest, but maybe this is a time to learn about rest. So when you go back and do the things that you always do, when the cars start going back and forth again on the highways, that we'll be able to build in times and disciplines that take us beside still waters or running waters or whatever it is that would bring our soul rest. So that's really our prayer for you, for our family, for our church family, Lord, that we would learn about rest and that you would teach us maybe why we have this downtime. So if we get sick, if there's heightened concern and worry, or if we go back to work and back to school and all the things that we were doing, that we would find rest in the midst of that work. Please, Lord. Well, we love you. We send you our encouragement from our family to yours and ask that God would bless you. Bye.